The first NFL carry here for the rookie Royce Freeman. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And on the ground they go with a running back. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Working from the gun, Keenum. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
So on 4th down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. Back deep, the dangerous Tyler Lockett. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Fielded just inside the 20. Called out an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. From the shotgun, Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Domata Peko, the one to get him down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Play action. Now Wilson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. And he takes this in the red zone all the way inside Denver's 15. A gain of 39 that time.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now it's Carson. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. That's already the third time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught one of the three.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
Play action. It's Wilson. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Right back to him on first down. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they'll run it here. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Throwing is Keenum on 3rd down. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Bobby Wagner coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
On first down, Wilson. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. He'll be dropped at the 30. The shifty move couldn't free him. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They will run it. It's McKissick. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call.
Holding offense.
That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. And his throw here is incomplete. The All-Pro Von Miller there defensively.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They go play action with Wilson. He's going to fire one deep over. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. 20, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run?
Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for the second quarter kickoff, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Now on the return, Brendan Langley. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. These Broncos coming off 2 years of not making the playoffs after winning Super Bowl 50. And last year in Vance Joseph's first season, they went 5-11, had an 8-game losing streak. Now, look, the defense remained elite. But the quarterback carousel, the general lack of offensive production really led to a disappointing 2017.
And in order for them to reverse that, they've got to continue to play to their strength, which is their defense. And they did that by drafting Bradley Chubb at number 5 overall, the defensive end out of North Carolina State. Gives them extra pass rushers. But on offense, they made a peace offering to their defense by signing Case Keenum at quarterback. That should calm down that position and open up possibilities on the offensive side of the ball.
On second down, here's Keenum. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Keenum. Over the middle, it's Holmes. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Second and 10. Keenum here again. That is caught at the 7. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one goes for 24 yards. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them...
That the first NFL touchdown of the career of Royce Freeman, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And a nice little start to the career for the rookie here, hitting the end zone in week 1 of his career.
And that's a true welcome to the NFL moment, isn't it? The one that you actually like. A lot of times it's that big hit from a linebacker that says, all right, Rook, here you are. But when you're able to put it in the end zone and feel that sense of accomplishment, that usually fuels you towards doing it many more times in your career.
Doug Baldwin and company getting ready to go again on offense. Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Here's Carson. That's some strong running. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Holding offense.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
On second down, here's Wilson. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. The Seahawks on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. They go play action now. Wilson. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. A reminder coming up at the half, we hook up with a new guy, Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis, and more importantly this year, scores and stats from around the league here in week 1. So do not press that skip button. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Keenum to throw on second down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot,
Automatic first
you
down.
are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Keenum. It's caught. Reception by Holmes. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down. Throwing on 1st down is Keenum. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Holmes. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag.
False start, offense.
Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
Again, they'll throw with Keenum. Throw left side. It's reeled in by Hamilton. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. Keenum now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down. Keenum to throw again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this 1st half. Again, Keenum. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like, fortunately, the Broncos able to recover.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here's Marquette King now, as he's on to punt for Denver. So we've reached halftime. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the 1st half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace, because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the... .40.
Yeah, baby. Come on, let's go.
A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that... That'll learn him a fresh set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Here's the first NFL carry for Rashad Penny. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Baldwin with it over the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. He had their lone TD earlier. Now he's got a first down.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson, and it's incomplete. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
Well, he was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that. But I think that they were right about this one.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Throwing on 3rd down, Keenum. And that's the first NFL catch for Courtland Sutton. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Call it a gain of 13 yards on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
It seemed like the situation was 2nd and a mile to go for a 1st down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker, because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football.
All the way home for a Broncos score. Deshaun Hamilton with his 1st career touchdown in his 1st career game. And the Broncos are an extra point away from taking the lead. So we just witnessed touchdown number 1 for the Rook, and certainly that's a football he's going to want for the trophy case.
Yeah, this is one that you don't spike, right? This is one you don't throw to your teammate and let them celebrate. This is one you keep for yourself, take it over to the equipment staff, and have them mark it up, put it away, and then you get it later on, and as you said, mount it in your trophy case. Fantastic. Hopefully the first of many.
Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. He's hoping to channel his first half play. They had the lead at halftime, was playing well. Flipped the script here in the 3rd quarter a little bit.
I think he misses the Pee Wee days, you know, when you just got the orange slice at halftime, right? And remember, weren't any real adjustments then, right? You weren't looking at some tape, right? You weren't looking at stuff off of the surface tablets. You just went back out and played. Right now, maybe the adjustments have caught up to him.
Well, we'll see. Maybe he just needs a couple orange slices here for this drive. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the play. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Von Miller not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. And we've got a dandy here, a 1-point game. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Play action. Now Wilson. He's going to air this out for Baldwin. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The intended target, Doug Baldwin. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to, you and your brothers, just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Third and long. It's Wilson. He's got Lockett. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Remember, Seattle just 4 rushing touchdowns all of last season, 3 by Russell Wilson. But they've got Rashad Penny back there now, 2nd and goal. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. They'll roll it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Derek Wolfe in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. On 2nd down, Wilson. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here's Wilson to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive, eluding the pressure right. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Nick Vanette from 8 yards out. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the 4th. Big 4th down conversion for the score and the defense. That is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. A really nice gain of 25 yards. some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. From the 50, it's Keenum. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Sutton, and he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good. And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through. Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that. Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't it? And he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Marquette King now. He's been terrific so far. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively. To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts. And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They go play action with Wilson. He's going to air this out for Baldwin. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while. What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Oh, Wilson going to throw. It's caught. Lockett. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Penny, the 1st down carry. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Penny showing folks he was indeed worth the 1st-round pick as the Seahawks come up on 1st down. They keep it with Penny on 1st down. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Wilson. Going for the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 46 yards.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Wilson wants to throw it. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now Wilson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Doma Peko. Able to swap him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Here's Wilson. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Here's Wilson. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. 2nd and 10. Keenum here again. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Throwing is Keenum on 3rd down. Now a desperation throw deep. Oh, wide open, complete. And now running right through it. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And they do spike it in time with just 1 second remaining. And incomplete as the clock stops here with just 1 second to go in this football game. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. One final try now for Keenum. And it's caught. It's a touchdown with zeros on the clock. And an extra point will send us to OT. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. And, partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Seahawks, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be at home for one next week against the Oakland Raiders.
I got so much beef, I could